Okay, so now let's add something here to show to update our UI that we are listening. So for that, let's go ahead and add another new package. Let's minimize our phone. Come back here. Let's search for Lottie. This one. Let's search for that. Click on it. Go on installation. Let's copy this. Come back to our project. Let's go to pub.yml file. Paste that one here. Click on pub-get. Okay, that's done. Let's minimize that and close that. Let's the other thing is let's ignore this and then come back to pub.yml file. Then down here, let's add some other assets. Let's remove that comment. So here, let's say assets. And then in here now, we need to create another directory here. Inside assets, let's create a new directory. Let's name this as Lottie. Like this. And then here we want to go in that directory. Lottie. Like this. Let's click on pub-get. Okay, that is done. We can go ahead and minimize and close it. Now we need to add a Lottie file inside our directory here. For that, let's go back to the browser and then here, let's open a new tab. Let's just say Lottie files. Then we go to Lottie official site. So here you need to create an account. This is my account here. So after you create an account, you can just come, you can click on this is the main page, so you can just click on discover animations. In here there's a huge library of animations that people created that we can use. So let's search for what we need. We can go up here, or I can just search for like listening. So this is what I get. If I can, okay, I like this one. It's also in our accent color, so you can click on it. So here where there's a file, you can we can just come here on the download and click it, and then what we want to get is this Lottie JSON. So let's click on that one. So let's just save. So you've seen it that I've saved it before, that's why it's showing this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the name be like this, and then I'm going to save it to my desktop, then save. So just like that, that is saved. So I can go ahead and minimize that, and then minimize that also. Then where is my file? It's actually on my other screen, which is this one here. This is the Lottie file that I've just downloaded. So I'm just gonna right click and copy and open my project, and then come inside here on the new Lottie file, Lottie directory we have created, just right click and then paste it. So this is how the file is looking. Quite strange, but never mind that. We have copied our file inside here, so we can just go ahead and minimize and then close that as well. The next thing to do is we need to call that now to show it in our application. So for that, first let's go to our asset manager, and then here let's also call our Lottie images, Lottie files. Let's copy that and then paste it here, and then here this was our image path. Let's also get our Lottie path, which is going to be Lottie, like that. The name here, we've named it as Lottie. And then let's also copy one of these, then come down here, then here let's say, how are we going to name this? As let's name it as AI listening, which comes from Lottie path. We need to give the name of that file here. So we go back here, come down here. So this is the name of that file, which is 104357 hyphen and then listening, like that, .json. So this is our Lottie file. So now we can close the asset manager. Then next, now let's first let's go to our chat provider and create the method so that we can communicate between the bottom chat field and the AI chat list, because where we want to show our Lottie file is when we press here in the bottom chat field, we want to show that file here on the AI chat list. So we need to communicate between this class and this class. So to communicate between these classes, we are going to need to use our chat provider. So we come back to our chat provider here, and then let's go up here and then create let's copy this. We want to create another boolean. This one we will say is listening, like this. So we're going to initialize this with the false. Let's copy again and then paste it here. Then let's get is listening. This will be our getter, which will return is listening, like this. And then we need to also create a setter here. So down here, let's create a void. Let's say set is listening, which will take a boolean listening, like that. This is just going to be equal to is listening, it will be equal to listening, and then we'll notify the changes. That's all. So this is our setter, this is our getter, and then this is our initialization of this boolean. So now we can close our chat provider, and then inside our bottom chat field here, what we want to do is when we start listening here, we want to set that is listening boolean to true. So to call that, we need to read from our provider. So here we're going to say context dot read. This will be our chat provider, and then dot set listening. We are going to set this to true. Let's say listening. Oh, we didn't add it as a required argument to true. Let's just go back and add it as required, so that we don't we are just it will be directing us. Let's say boo listening, like this. So if we come back here, we need to say listening here, like that. So once we start listening, we are going to set that boolean to true. Okay, and then let's come down to when we stop listening here, we want to set it to false. So let's copy this and set this as a false. Okay, so I think that's it. What's the other thing here? I think that's it for now. Let's try it. This method won't be called because for now we're not calling it anywhere. We need to stop it first here. After we try it, we need to stop it so that the icon goes away here. So let's say here, let's check again. If speech to text dot is not listening, let's stop. Let's change that value in our chat provider. Set listening to false, like that. So now let's give it a try again, and then we'll see if where's our real device. Let's give it a try and see if we'll have the Lottie file. Actually, we haven't even implemented the method, so we need to go back to our AI chat screen, and then here in a AI chat screen, where is our where we're showing our dots here. So we need to add another check here. If let's read again context dot so we need to watch for changes, chat provider. So here we are checking inside chat provider, and here we are checking inside chat provider. Here we are checking inside here. All this time we are checking inside chat provider. So what we can do, we can just say final chat provider chat provider. Let's say context dot watch, let's say chat provider, like that. So everywhere where we are watching, we are going to place with this. So here we chat provider.read, here chat provider.watch. Let's replace this with chat provider. Chat provider.read, chat provider.watch. Let's replace this with chat provider. Chat provider.watch. Let's replace this. And here let's also replace this. So we're going to say chat provider is listening. So if it is listening, we want now to show our Lottie animation the same way we did of showing our spin double bounce here. So let's let's put a comma here. So in here we want to show our Lottie asset. So to show our Lottie asset, we are going to say Lottie. Let's go back. We're going to say Lottie dot asset. Let's remove correct this and then import our Lottie package. Lottie dot asset. For the asset, we know that we have asset manager dot asset manager dot AI listening. This is our asset. So that's how we are going to show our Lottie asset, like this. So now we are ready to test this. Let's run the application again. Okay, so right away we are showing that it is listening. I don't know why. So we need to go to inside our chat provider and see what value we are setting here. So we set it to true. We need to initialize this to false. Okay, so now let's run the application again. Okay, that is set correct. Let's go to our bottom chart and then go to our print method here, and then it's time to try this again. We'll see if we get our Lottie animation. I'm gonna click here on the mic and test it again. Hello, how are you again? Okay, so that's great. Our functions are working. When I was speaking, it was showing the animation that we've just downloaded from Lottie package, and then after I was done speaking, that visualization is gone. So we are successfully updating the UI, and if we want, we can do more. When we click here, we can also change the icon, this mic icon, to show the other icon like the mic cancel, so that if we want, we can put the click action to stop speaking. But anyway, once we stop picking, the speech to text package stops the speaking on its own. So we can leave it like that, or you can change that. So that is great. The next thing that we're going to do is, once we get these words here, we just need to send this saved speech to Firestore, and then the rest we know it. Once we get the word we send, we get the reply. So maybe we can try that before we end this video, because we have already created all these methods. It's just to connect to put it here. So here, after we stop listening, all we have to do here is, instead of calling it, because now we can call this method, we can just call stop listening, and then after we call this method, or what we can do is we can make sure that it stops. Actually is fine. We can stop listening like this, and then after we stop listening, now we can go ahead and call our send message, which is this. We can call this, which is exactly the same. Let's copy this and then paste it. Okay, so after we get these words, now instead of sending this here, we are going to put our last words, and then everything else is the same, and then the message is sent. So let's just restart the application and try it. Okay, so the application has started. It's time to try our method. Let's I'm going to click and say something again. Hello, how are you? So as you can see, we have sent the message and then we've got the reply. So our speech to text method is successful. We have sent using our speech, send this message to Firestore and ChatGPT, and then we've got the reply. So I'm going to end this video right here. In the next one, now we'll work on letting ChatGPT answer us back with a speech.